Welcome everyone. Welcome to your Thursday night allergy and dietary virtual with the Mixing Masters team. And we've also got our beautiful consultant Charlene based up in the Northland as well. Please comment in the chat box. Have you guys got a Thermomix? And what sort of allergies and dietaries are you faced with at the moment? We would love to help you guys with any of those questions that you have, how to convert recipes for your dietaries and allergies. Maybe you can't find a recipe that you're looking for, you've had a bit of struggle as well. We're all here to help you tonight, and can't wait to maybe hopefully inspire you to try some of these recipes as well. So for those that don't know me, my name's Tamara and I'm a team leader and consultant based in Massey now. I was on the shore, but now I am Massey, and I cover where am I? From Warkworth all the way down to the Harbour Bridge in Auckland. That's kind of my area, and I would love some more hands to help me out. We need to service a lot of homes in the whole of New Zealand, and it's a great opportunity to earn this shiny thing behind me. So this is our brand new black Thermomix that's coming out in the market very soon, and as consultants we get that opportunity to earn the incentives first before anyone else. So if that's something you like the look of, maybe you want to have it for yourself, or maybe you'd like to earn it for a family member, that's definitely something that's really cool with joining the business. So yeah, tonight we're going to rock around our consultants. We've got some beautiful ladies on tonight, and they're going to run us through some of their favourite dietary and allergy recipes. And like I said, if you guys can pop in the chat box what sort of things you're currently making and what allergies you're facing with your cooking at home. We will record tonight just for the ones that can't make it, so I hope that's all good with everyone too. Okay, so we're going to cross over to Teresa, and she is based in the North Shore. Welcome, Teresa. All right, what have we got, Brad? Where are you joining us from? Why are you a consultant? Oh, you're on mute, Chip. Sorry.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, fantastic. Hello, my name is Teresa, and I am from the North Shore, and I'm in Tall Bay. And tonight I thought I'm going to show you the flourless almond cake, which I've made a few times before for a gluten-free friend. And yeah, here we go. Let's start cooking. All right. I chopped up a few things before, so I'll jump back in. Right, so I've got my oven going. I've got my spring form already here. Nice and greased. Okay, we start with 250 grams of dark chocolate. I've already milled it before just because my kids are already asleep and I hate to wake them back up. So here we go. 250 grams of dark chocolate. I've already done that step, so just skip that one. That one again. Well, I really don't even have to show this. Well, you can probably tell this is my first Zoom cooking class. I'll skip that one as well. I've already milled the almond meal, which looks like this. So it's 250 grams of raw almonds milled in the Thermomix. So
how much cheaper is that, milling your own almonds in your Thermomix, Teresa?
It's definitely a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wouldn't know. Like, oh well, no, I don't think I've bought actually almond meal. So can you help me out? How much cheaper is it?
Well, from the last time I went to the supermarket, I think a bag of 200 grams is probably about $6 or something like that.
Is it? Yeah.
So ladies, I just bought a bag of almond meal the other day because I couldn't find any almonds, and it cost me $10.
Holy.
Yeah,
So,
and
yeah.
the almonds are definitely cheaper. But we couldn't find any almonds in our supermarket.
That's crazy. So you must be saving a packet by milling your own almonds in that in there, Teresa.
Yeah, there you go. Saving money is always good. Right, so we've got some raw sugar, 250 grams, goes into the mixing bowl. 150-gram butter, room temperature. Okay. Then already prepared 6 eggs. And the mixing bowl. Teaspoon of baking powder. And also a tablespoon of coconut powder. Okay. And then yeah, you can put some liquor in it. I'm opting not to. So skip that one. And mix it all up, 20 seconds.
Awesome, guys. I'm just putting the recipe in the group chat, in the chat box, and all the recipes from tonight I'll be sending in the email out so that you guys can recreate them at home as well.
Alrighty. Now we're going to add our milled almonds and our dark chocolate. Going to mix again. 30 seconds this time.
So it's just going to mute Teresa because it's blending on a high mode. But what sort of desserts are you all making in your Thermomix? I personally love doing the brioche wreaths and stuff like that. I've done a beautiful creme brulee in Thermomix as well. Zoe's gluten intolerant, so this would be a perfect recipe for you, Zoe. No flour in sight with this one.
Right, here we go. And now we're going to put the mixture into the tin. There we go, this is what it looks like.
That's such a smooth recipe. So how would you normally have to make that? If you didn't have a Thermomix, I guess you'd be using electric beaters or something, right?
I didn't really bake before I had the terrible at baking, but with the help of Fermi, I can now.
That's so cool.
I can even whip up a gluten-free cake.
So are you mostly gluten-free in your household there as well, Teresa, or you just like this recipe?
But I've made this cake. One of our good friends, she's gluten-free, and a couple of her kids are gluten-free as well. So whenever they come around, I try to cater for that. And this was my, to go to dessert for them. And it's been a hit. It's been delicious and so easy to make. Okay, now our cake goes into the oven for an hour, and then later on I'm going to make a chocolate ganache, which goes on top.
Beautiful. Okay, we'll come back to you when you're making the ganache potentially, and Teresa can send us a photo when it's ready, and I'll put that in the recipes as well. Okay, thanks. We're going to come over to Christine now. All right. Hello.
Hello. Hi. So thanks for coming along tonight, everyone. I am a pretty new consultant, and I've just joined on the Earn 4 program. So I've got 2 young kids, and I absolutely adore cooking. And I have loved my Thermomix for many years, and yeah, really excited to be here tonight. So I'm going to be making the Brazilian cheese puffs. They're a really yummy gluten-free snack, which you could also serve like alongside a soup or salad, morning tea, or with drinks. So I've got the Gruyere cheese here. So we're going to put 70 grams of that in the machine, and then we're going to grate that up. You could also use like a Parmesan or a tasty cheddar if you didn't want to use this type of cheese. So I'm just saying to insert the lid, 10 seconds, and we're going to just flip that for 10 seconds.
Has anyone made this recipe before? I think it's such a great versatile recipe. You can change the flavors, like Christine's doing, so you can change the cheese if you like. It's such a win recipe. Even once they're baked, you can cut them open, put salmon and cream cheese in them, put prosciutto and tomato, whatever you want. It's such a great recipe.
And I think the batter too will keep in the fridge for a few days. So today I'm making 24, but if you didn't want to make that many, you can always save the batter. So I've got my tin already greased here with butter and the oven's on at 220. So yeah, you don't have to use the whole mixture the first time if you don't want to. But that's the cheese in there, grated. And now we're just going to add in all of the other ingredients. So we've got 160 grams of milk. So I've used cow's milk today, but I'm sure I have heard you can use oat milk as well. And then we've got 60 grams of vegetable oil. Tonight I'm actually using olive oil because I didn't have any vegetable oil in the pantry. 1 egg. And 170 grams of arrowroot flour, so that's your gluten-free flour. But once again, I couldn't actually find that anywhere in my local supermarket. So I'm using just a tapioca flour, which is also a good gluten-free flour. And then the last thing is just a teaspoon of salt going in. And then we're just going to blend that up. So we've got 20 seconds and we're going on to speed 8.
That's awesome. So, like you guys could see, Christine's actually grated her cheese in the Thermomix. Does anyone remember that new accessory that we've got called the cutter? So we've got news that the cutter is going to be available from the 30th of this month at 9 AM on the Mix Shop. So if you don't have a cutter yet, make sure you go and log on to the Mix Shop at 9 AM on the 30th and be one of the first to earn the cutter yourself.
I just want to show you the mixture. So it's really smooth. And if you're if you're thinking about making pancakes or crepes, pikelets, anything like a batter, it just gives you a beautiful, smooth mixture like that really quickly. So I'm just going to fill these now at I'll probably just fill them at about halfway or 2/3 of the way up, and then I'll be popping them in the oven at 220 degrees for about 12 minutes.
Awesome, thanks Christine. And we're going to Charlene now and see what she's up to. Hello.
Hello everyone, so I'm Charlene. I'm in Ruakaka, so I'm in a team in Northland. I became a consultant a year ago, but I've owned a Thermomix for 9 years, and I actually have 2 Thermomixes because I earned one and traded up my 31 for another one. So we're going to do rice flour. My house is gluten-free for the majority. My oldest child has got celiac disease. My mother is dairy-free, coconut-free, potato-free, a lot of free. So we are diverse with allergies all over the show. So I'm just going to quickly do up a rice flour. It's cheaper than buying at the supermarket. And if I've got all the other ingredients, I will make the mix to go with it. And you can find those on Cookie Dough too. So all rice flour is literally rice.
Hard
rice. It's all it is. So 250 grams of rice straight in. And honestly, you just mill it. So we're going to go for 2 minutes at speed 10 So it's going to be loud, so I'll probably mute.
Yeah, all good, Chip. So Charlene's using white rice here. You can use brown, all sorts of different types of rice that you can use. I'll mute. Oh, she's muted herself. Fantastic. So it's a really good money saver as well, and I love the milling function on the Thermomix. What I'll do quickly here while Charlene is on mute is just share my screen. Okay, so while I've got you here, what I wanted to do just on Cookie Do, when you guys are on there, you can actually search by collection. If you haven't done that before, I'd really recommend you giving that a go. So let's start from scratch. So you're on your search page, up the top here, you've got recipes and collections of articles. We can go and click into collections, and then I just go allergy. And it brings up 4 different recipe books essentially for us. So this free from is fantastic. It's got recipes that don't have dairy, gluten, nuts, eggs, all of that sort of stuff in here. So it's a really good place to go find all your recipes as well. I try not to eat so much gluten in our household, so I like to find recipes that are tested, that are not gonna, cost me an arm and a leg to make. While we're on the subject of filling in time, there is a price change coming to the Thermomix, so just getting that out there. So if you know anyone interested in purchasing, they've got until about July before it goes up. So make sure they're getting a Thermomix early before that all happens. Our other offer at the moment, if you haven't got a consultant helping you out, please go and find one. We're more than happy to point you in the right direction of someone close to you. There's a limited host reward of an extra bowl blade and lid for $99. So anyone that's been on the Mix Shop lately will know the price of an extra bowl is $3.75. And if you don't have a second Thermomix, a second bowl is just about as good as that. Like the girls have been talking about tonight, we've got Earn 4, so this doesn't come along every day. It's an amazing way to get your Thermomix, if not for free, then really, really discounted with a few sales. 4 sales and you get your Thermomix on your bench. And you still have time to go and see the Mix Shop. We've got 20% off site-wide on a whole range of goodies. I have filled up my basket and I'm just holding my breath until the very morning to see if there's anything else I want to add in there before I get rid of that too. But yeah, go check out the Mix Shop. Make sure you add your consultant to get some goodies as well. Okay, we'll go back to Charlene.
Yeah. So 2 minutes feels like a long time, but it does a little bit like what icing sugar does. It literally powders it down.
That looks awesome.
So now it's ready to be used into a mix or on its own. My daughter used it for pastry in one of our other recipes we've got. It all wanted just rice flour. Do you want me to do the bliss balls now too, Tamara?
Yeah, I'll quickly pop over to Christine. She's going to show us her tray full of cheese puffs, and then we'll come straight back to you, Chick.
Brilliant.
All right, here she is. Christine, what have we got going on? We've got our beautiful tray of puffs ready to go.
Yeah, so I just wanted to show everyone the can you see that, Tamara?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, the mixture before it goes in the oven, so it's sitting about probably half a centimetre below the top of the muffin tray, and then I'm going to just pop them in now for about 12 minutes.
Perfect, thank you, hon. All right, we'll shoot back over to Charlene. Here we go. Hope you guys don't get too sick with the changing around, but
Hold up, I'm just going to go into my week to go find my bliss balls. So we're going to do some peanut butter brownie bliss balls. These are great for postnatal, but they are actually perfect for anyone who wants a bit of energy or a bit of a pick-me-up. Just delicious, these ones. And they live in the fridge, which is perfect. So we're going to do 120 grams of almonds, and I finally found some almonds. Took me ages to find them, but I got them. And we're just going to mill those down to make almond meal. So speed 8, 10 seconds.
oh, she's noisy tonight, isn't she, Miss Charlene? All the blending. There we go, 1 second.
Sorry about that. Nice and loud. All right, so So it turns into almond meal. Now it's best to have a dry bowl when you're doing it, and just scrape all the off the edges. Now this recipe is so simple to the point that you've done your almonds, and every other ingredient literally just gets thrown into it. So there's no mixing and mucking around it. So peanut butter, 100 grams. I'm using crunchy because it's what I have. If you're allergic to peanut butter, you can actually use something called sunflower seed butter. It will work the same. And we've got 70 grams of raw honey. This is from a local beehive. So nice and fresh. And sticky. And there we go. Then we've got 30 grams of cacao powder. There it goes. A teaspoon of natural vanilla extract and cinnamon. So I've got them in the same container.
Those are cute bowls that you're using as well, Charlene. Where are they from?
Oh, these are from the mix shop. They're the bamboo bowls.
Oh yeah.
They come in beautiful colours. A set of 4, or you can get white ones, but I love my coloured ones, and they're perfect for kids, like popcorn and their fruity dreams and, well, bliss balls, really.
Beautiful.
All right, so we're just going to give that a quick mix up for 45 seconds at speed 7, so it's going to really blend it together and give it a good consistency. So 45 seconds.
We'll cross over back to Teresa and see how she's making her ganache.
Perfect.
Hello, what have we got going on over here?
Right. Well, cake is in the oven, so I've got a bit to go, but I thought I already prepared a chocolate ganache. So already 100 gram of dark chocolate. I've already pre-milled it again, so here we go. So we just skip that one. And then 80 gram of whipping cream. Here we go. Let's go and put it to mix. Heat up to 50 degrees and speed 3 for 2 minutes.
That's way too easy. Has anyone tried to make ganache the old-fashioned way with melting chocolate over a bain-marie and then you get water in it and it seizes up, or even melting it in the microwave? I think chocolate, for me, being able to melt that in the Thermomix has just made life so much easier. All right, we'll go back over to Charlene and then we'll come back and see you when your ganache is ready. Okay, here we go.
All right, so perfect timing. So it's just finished. So there's your mixture there. So if you've got a little bit stuck on the sides like I do, you can just mix it in and give it another quick mix around in the machine, just to make sure it's all whipped in. And then, or you can just roll them straight out. So I'm going to give it a quick 10-second mix because I have some honey on the side. So bear with me.
I love how many different flavors of bliss balls there are on Cookie Dough. There's a beautiful carrot cake bliss ball recipe. There's a macadamia and coconut one that's beautiful as well. I haven't actually tried the one that Charlene's making, but I don't doubt that they're not delicious.
The carrot one is delicious as well. It's got a lot of yummy stuff. All right, so there we go. So then all you have to do is just pull out some mixture and turn them into balls. Now, I make small ones, roughly, for the kids. Then it goes into the lunch boxes. This is so much cheaper than actually buying bliss balls. We used to buy them, I think they were like $5 or $6 a container, and I think you only got like 10 or something in them. I can make like almost 20 to 30 of these little balls from this mixture, and they're healthier.
I love that, and you know exactly what's in your food too, which is just so important.
Exactly what's in them.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And you can roll these. You can roll these ones in coconut as well if you wanted that extra little bit of it. So they're really good with coconut on them as well.
Oh yes, on the outside. Oh, yeah.
On the outside, yeah.
Yeah, okay, well, thank you, Dale. We'll go across over to Teresa and see if she's ready to go with her ganache.
Not a problem. I'll roll these out.
Doesn't look like she's there. Maybe Christine is ready to show us the custard. Let me see. Is she there? Hello. You ready to show us some custard, love?
Yep, I can do.
Cool.
So I'm going to make the custard now, which is the TM6 version with the thickened mode. And I'm going to use almond milk instead of regular cow's milk, so it will be dairy free. So I've got some lemon zest here. It says zest of 1 lemon. I'm just going to use maybe about a teaspoon because I don't want it to be, my lemon was quite big and I don't want it to be too tart. I'll just pop that in. 60 to 80 grams of sugar. I've just got white sugar. That's what I had in the pantry. And I'm just going to pop in, it's about 84 grams. Yeah, pop the lid on. We're just going to mill that for 20 seconds on speed 9.
Great. So a lot of people potentially don't want to put sugar or have diets that don't have a lot of sugar, so being able to minimize or reduce or replace the sugar in recipes is really beneficial as well. You can make a date syrup to use instead of golden syrup, so it's a bit more natural. Bananas work really well in some recipes too, so it really just depends on what you want to have as your preference.
It's just milled up the flour, that sugar really finely.
Yeah.
Take that down. So 30 grams of corn flour going in. 2 eggs. And 500 grams of milk. So this is just regular unsweetened almond milk. Yep. And then I think it's going to cook that for just under 10 minutes, I think. Yep, so it's going to switch over to the thickened mode, and it's going to go to 80 degrees, and that will start cooking away.
Awesome, thank you. And I think Teresa is ready to show us what her beautiful ganache looks like as well, so we'll go across over to her. There she is. Hello. You've got some helpers now. Oh, we've got you on mute though, sorry.
Oh no.
Yeah, my little helpers has climbed out of bed. But anyway, chocolate ganache is ready. What does it smell like? Smell good?
Yeah.
What does it smell like? Yummy hot chocolate. So here we go.
That is beautiful.
Nice and runny, and once the cake is ready, I'm just going to, yeah, I like that. Yum.
You're going to be the favourite tonight. A benefit of doing chocolate in the mixing bowl is that when it's morning time and not bedtime, you can put milk in there for hot chocolates as well, which is a really cool way to use up the bowl. Awesome, thank you, Miss Teresa. All right, team, I am going to share my screen now and swap videos and show you what I'm going to make for you as well. I'll just get rid of the blue. Oopsies, there it goes. That's better. Okay, so I've got a few different things going on in my kitchen. So I've pre-prepared a few different things. So these right here are beautiful keto crackers. Now, for those that are gluten-free, celiac, these are a fantastic recipe to use, and I'll pop the recipe in the chat box a little bit later, or if one of the girls can do that for me, that'd be great. I love this recipe because, you know, it's got a few simple ingredients. It's really easy to sub out things as well. So I didn't want to do a full recipe, I just did half. I didn't have, what was the nuts, cashew nuts or something at the start, so I just put in some pine nuts. I put less cheese and they still work out really beautiful. It creates like a paste and you just spread that out, bake it in the oven. You can top it with seeds or nuts or something else, whatever you like. They're just really beautiful to make. I've also made, my partner's going to be happy when he gets back from work, these are the whole food pancakes. So these don't have any flour in them either. They've got buckwheat and rice that gets milled at the start, and then you put some bananas, some egg in there, and some baking soda. So there's no sugar either, except for the natural sugar from the bananas, and they just cook up really beautifully. So they're ready to go for the breakfast or even dinner tonight. Charlene talked about having a pumpkin seed butter instead of a peanut butter in her bliss ball. So I've actually made some and it looks a bit funky. If you've got young children, it does look a bit similar to something they would maybe produce, but it tastes delicious and really good for nut-free as well as an option. So all we did for this was toast off about 300 grams of pumpkin seeds, seasoned them up, and then blended them with a little bit of coconut oil, and it's just created this beautiful smooth spread, so we can use that too. Okay, so let's get into making almond milk, and this is a really cool versatile recipe as well. You can do it with any type of nut essentially. There's recipes on CookieDo for your oat milk, rice milk. I've tried a peanut milk before. Not so good to make coffee with, but still, you know, give all these things a go, just get creative. So previously I'd weighed out 220 grams of almonds. I didn't have enough almonds, so there's some pecan nuts in here as well. And that's been soaking in 660 grams of water. They've been soaking for ages now. And then I've got 4 dates that I've just got pitted, so they're going to go in the bowl. Some vanilla extract. Now I know you're going to yell at me, we can make vanilla extract in the Thermomix, but I've just got this to get rid of it. So half a teaspoon of that going in, and then it asks for the almonds and soaking water, so everything goes in together. We go next, put the lid on, and that's going to have a 2-minute blend on speed 9. I might blend that once you guys have gone, but show you the picture. And this is a nut milk bag that I've got from the mix shop, which is really fantastic for doing things like this. So once you've made your nut milk, you'll be able to pour it through your simmering basket, straight through the nut milk bag. All the pulp that you keep in here, we can reserve that and make bliss balls from that, or dry it out, and then you've got dried almonds to do your macarons or whatever you want to do. So that's one recipe done. The other thing I want to show you is one that I've created myself, and it's using the brine of a tin of chickpeas. So the brine from chickpeas acts very similarly to egg whites. It's called aquafaba. So all I've done is reserved my aquafaba from this chickpea tin, so I can make a beautiful hummus to go with my keto crackers. And what I've done with this aquafaba is just reduce it slightly in a pot until it thickens up nicely, and so this is going to resemble my egg. So for a normal mayonnaise, you'd be using egg, you'd be using mustard potentially, an acid, whether that's lemon juice or vinegar, and then you've got your oil, so olive oil, canola oil, or what have you. So we're going to use this instead of the egg. So that goes into the bowl first. Then I've got some mustard. I love Dijon mustard. I can just eat it out of a spoon. Okay, so that's it, and then I've got just some white wine vinegar, whatever vinegar you like the taste of. A couple of tablespoons worth of that. Are you guys making your mayonnaises in the Thermomix? It's such a fast way to do it and very efficiently. What is it called? The cooked mayonnaise is delicious, and you just pour the oil directly on the top. So that's what I'm going to do with this. I'm going to get it mixing together long enough to start emulsifying the aquafaba, the mustard, and the vinegar. then I've just got some flavorless oil here, just a canola oil. You could use a grapeseed oil, rice bran oil, whatever oil you like. I try not to use olive oil in my mayonnaises and stuff like that because it can get quite bitter. And it's really expensive too. So pouring directly on the lid. Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. Okay, and I haven't added any seasoning or anything in here just yet, but you can already see just how thick that has become. So that was using my liquid from my chickpeas, guys. So minimizing wastage once again, and using that in mayonnaise. You can go in here, you can season it up if you want to put some herbs in it, if you want to turn it into a tartare sauce, but completely vegan mayonnaise, ready to go. How simple is that? And a little trick when you are filling up your mason jars, having your lid upside down and you can pour directly through, and that will act like a funnel for you. I'm going to swatch cameras to over here. Awesome, guys. Is there any questions about any of that we can answer for you? I'm back. Or what have we had in the chat box here? Cooked mayonnaise, yes, great. There is a Kewpie mayonnaise as well, which is a great version of the Japanese mayo that I really like making as well. I'm going to change my background so that you guys don't see my signature. But if there's any other questions, please throw them in the chat box. Charlene, how did you get on with finishing off your bliss balls?
Pretty good. Hold on 2 seconds because my daughter forgot them. Just put them in the fridge to firm up a little bit, but there you go.
They look fantastic, and I don't think they're going to last very long in your household by the sounds of it.
No, they won't. I've got, I think 4 of my kids like them out of the 5. There's only one that doesn't particularly like them because of the peanut butter, but he'll eat the carrot one. So when I get some dates, I'll make some carrot ones up.
Okay, thanks, Charlie. And I think
No worries.
our Brazilian cheese puffs ready to go.
They are, so you can see how much they have puffed up in the oven. So yeah, there you go.
Nice and easy and completely gluten-free.
The custard, I think, is just finished as well. If you want me to
check that out.
yeah. That's your almond milk custard. And I'd probably just let that sit for a few minutes just to let it thicken up a little bit more and just settle a bit, but it's beautifully smooth.
Delish. And that will go really well with
smells good.
Awesome. Thank you. And Teresa, have you got anything to show us on your side? How's your cake cooking? Oh, you're on mute, though.
No, sorry, cake's still got half an hour to go, I'm afraid. So
okay. We'll take a photo of Teresa's beautiful cake and we'll be able to send that off to you. But thank you all for joining tonight. What I'll do, team, is I will be sending you all out an email with all the recipes, all the links to all of our presenters' social media platforms. But please go get in touch with your consultants. Make sure you take advantage of the extra bowl blade and lid. If you are curious about joining the business and earning this machine, stay on and we can have a yarn with you after this. But otherwise, enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Hope you have a fantastic weekend. Come and see a cooking class close to you. If you're not sure where to find them, they're on our Thermomix New Zealand page as well under events. But yeah, like I said, thanks for joining, and we hope you've learned something or